Americans, we pride ourselves on saying, hey, if you're, born poor, there are opportunities for you to rise up and succeed, and that's not so much the case anymore, right? The
Right.
ability to move beyond the consequences, the economic consequences of your birth are harder, if not next to impossible. That's what I was reading from your report.
Right. So, in our report, one of the things we recommended was to strengthen this, what some people call the social safety net, which apparently has a negative connotation with some people. When you talk about it as a safety net, really, it should be considered like a ladder or a leg up in a lot of cases. When economic security is tenuous, um, any small mini crisis at a personal level, like a health crisis, right, or job loss, um, it disrupts your whole path out of poverty. And so the safety net programs that government provides are not just important to get people over the rough patches, but they're actually critical to keeping people on an upward path. Because my mother used to just say, oh, all it takes is money. It's like it takes money to make money, right? you
Mm-hmm.
need you need a cushion. There's no way that you can handle something like the pandemic, where kids were suddenly having to take school from home,
Mm-hmm.
and parents couldn't just keep going with their work unless they were allowed to work from home. You think about like the pandemic and how most jobs that allowed people to continue to work from home were higher paying jobs, white collar jobs.
Mm-hmm.
And so a lot of women during the pandemic were forced to stay at home and out of work. And that means a loss of income came about, a big loss of income
Great loss.
came about because of an external, crisis. And if you don't have the cushion, if you don't
Mm-hmm.
have money in the bank to be able to weather that, if you can't, if you've never worked a job where it would allow for remote work, the kind of job work that allows you to work from anywhere, so it's very easy to see how starting out at an advantaged position, it's
Mm-hmm.
like starting from a better baseline.
Mm-hmm.
It always is going to, you're never going to catch up if you're someone who didn't start from that higher baseline,
Mm-hmm.
right? You're never going to catch up because it compounds over
Right.
time, right? It compounds over time. The advantages compound over
Mm-hmm.
time. It takes, your access to a good education and to a good home to be able to go to school and to get a good job and to get the kind of job that allows you more flexibility in your work, right? And
Mm-hmm.
allows you to afford childcare for your children and allows you to, be able to buy a house and save more money and invest in your retirement. So all these things, it's sort of, I think of it as a compounding advantage that people don't start out on equal footing. It's like, a lot of people started from a race from way, way far behind, right? In a corral,
Yeah.
way, because you start in a slow pace corral in a running race, and yet all the people at the front that get that head start, everyone is helping them along, handing them water along the way, cheering, and then somehow the people that get stuck in the back corrals over the race, obstacles get thrown in their way. Oh my God, a tree just fell down across the path. I just feel like that advantage compounds over time, and that for the people left behind, any little thing can trip them off and throw them off course, and that's
Yeah.
the problem.